Hello and welcome. This is ASO TV News. I am Tina Oje Achu. The headlines. Nigerian workers join rest of the world to mark 2026 May Day. FCT Monarch seeks 3 senatorial seats. Defense headquarters dismisses claim of terrorist presence in Abuja, assures tight security. Federal government approves national aircraft leasing company to boost aviation sector. And now the news in detail. Nigerian workers today joined their counterparts across the world to mark the May Day under a cloud of anxiety, frustration, and economic strain as rising insecurity, deepening poverty, and persistent inflation continue to erode the value of labor and the dignity of work. President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, on the day lamented the high level of insecurity, poverty, hardship, inflation, and the devaluation of the national currency, which he said had inflicted pain and misery on citizens. Labour leaders echoed these concerns, lamenting what they described as a failing system where economic reforms have yet to translate into real relief for ordinary citizens. They warned that without urgent action to stabilize prices, secure communities, and protect livelihoods, the condition of Nigerian workers could deteriorate further. Across sectors, from factories to farms and offices to informal markets, workers said the promise of a better life and renewed hope feels increasingly out of reach. Wages are being stretched thin by soaring food prices, transport costs, and energy expenses, while fears over personal safety and job security weigh heavily on daily life. For many, this year's May Day is less a celebration and more a moment of reflection and quiet protest, a reminder that behind the ceremonies and speeches are millions struggling to survive. The chairman of Kwali Area Council and APC Abuja South Federal Constituency aspirant, Mr. Dan Ladichia, has facilitated with council staff as they join their counterparts across the globe to celebrate Workers' Day. Chia, who is also the FCT chapter chairman of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, assured staff of the council that a solid foundation has been laid for their continued welfare by the outgoing administration. He noted that deliberate efforts were made to improve staff conditions, enhance productivity, and ensure a more conducive working environment. He said history would judge his administration based on its contributions to the growth and welfare of staff of Kwali Area Council, expressing confidence that his record would stand the test of time. According to him, the modest achievements recorded were made possible through mutual understanding and cooperation between management and staff. The Kwali chairman added that he believes strongly the incoming administration will build on the existing foundation and sustain policies that promote workers' welfare and institutional development. He urged staff not to relent on their commitment to duty, stressing that continuity is key to progress in governance. Chia further called on the staff to maintain the cordial working relationship he enjoyed with them and extend the same support to the incoming administration. He also emphasized the importance of punctuality, discipline, and dedication to service, noting that these values remain critical to effective public service delivery. He commended the resilience and dedication of workers, describing them as the backbone of governance at the grassroots level, and wished them a fulfilling and rewarding Workers' Day celebration. The leadership of APC has extended the deadline for the purchase of expression of interest and the nomination forms. The exercise was slated to end this Saturday, but has now been extended to next week, Monday. Meanwhile, the former National Secretary of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Dr. Sani Abdullahi, has joined the race for Zamfara North Senatorial District seats. Shinkafi, through his lawyer, purchased the expression of interest and nomination forms at the APC headquarters in Abuja.
Abdullahi Shinkafi is popularly known as Wamban Shinkafi. This form is not for him alone. It is a form that is collected for the masses. It is time for Zamfara North. It is time for Zamfara North to turn the axis of senatorial candidates and make it for the people, make it for the voice of the people, for them to have someone who can represent them, someone who, when in the chambers, has the interest of the people. And this is not just a political move. This move is a call for service. And as you know, Dr. Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, Wamban Shinkafi, is a man of the people.
The All Progressives Congress in Gwagwalada Area Council has endorsed the aspiration of the chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, for the Federal Capital Territory senatorial seats. The leader of the party in the FCT, Zakari Angulidobi, announced the endorsement in Gwagwalada during an event where the aspirant formally declared his intention to contest for the seat. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the story.
The conference hall of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, popularly known as Teachers House, was filled to capacity with APC stakeholders who turned out in large numbers to witness the occasion. A former member of the House of Representatives for Abuja South and APC senatorial candidate in the last general elections, Zakari Angulidobi, said the party stakeholders had unanimously endorsed Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi as their sole candidate. Speaking at the event, the chairman of Abaji Area Council and FCT APC senatorial aspirant Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi said he chose to declare his intention in Gwagwalada because he considered the area his second home.
I would like to invite the party chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council officially to declare, to give me my letter of intent to declare the position of FCT Senator current 2027.
He described his ambition as a rescue mission, stressing that the FCT needs purposeful leadership and effective representation at the National Assembly.
I want to assure you of fairness. I want to assure you of fairness. Politics is all about fairness. We believe power is from God, and by the special grace of God, we will seek for that power from Him.
Earlier in his welcome address, the chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Jibrin Giri, also declared his intention to contest for the House of Representatives seat for Abuja South Federal Constituency. He noted that Gwagwalada and Abaji share a long-standing relationship, describing them as one family. Also speaking, the APC chairman in Gwagwalada, Mr. Jeremiah Samuel, said the party leaders across the 10 political wards are fully mobilized in support of the aspirant Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi.
And testify that yes, APC are still strong in Gwagwalada. But sir, Gwagwalada people have been aligned with Abaji.
Goodwill messages were delivered by elder statesman Senator Adamu Tsidali, immediate past FCT APC chairman Alhaji Abdul Malik Usman, and the party's candidate in the last FCT area council elections in Gwagwalada, Alhaji Usman Yahaya. Highlight of the occasion was the formal presentation of the letter of declaration of interest by Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi to the Gwagwalada APC chairman. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
Traditional rulers in the Federal Capital Territory are calling for major constitutional reforms, including the creation of 3 senatorial districts for Abuja. The demand came during a stakeholders meeting with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, where the monarchs also pushed for more constituencies and greater inclusion in governance.
People should know that I stand for everything. You don't need to rush in life. You made a mistake last time. You elected somebody a senator you can't see. A senator who cannot go to traditional rulers to talk. A senator who cannot even organize the indigenous community to talk, to ask them what are your needs. Now you have come to me now to ask of your needs. But if I have a senator I can relate with, it makes it easier. And that is why I'm here to tell you, I will support Senator Philip Talim Aduda. Let me also say that you have to advise our council chairman, those who are coming in, to do everything they can, because this last strike of teachers I trying to plead with them cannot continue that way. Our children cannot be sitting at home. So the way to do what's coming, mind you, you are coming to solve problem. You are not coming to cry that there are problem. Because you know there are problems, that's why I say give me opportunity to serve. Don't come again to start crying problem. When you want to solve problems and the people give you the responsibility, it's a sacrifice. Make sure the problems are solved. Interact with your problem with your people. These are the problems you also face. So your people will know. Because there's nothing anybody can justify. Your children are sitting at home when they're supposed to be in school. There's no excuse whatsoever. Because education is the first priority for any nation.
Honorable Minister, we are happy, very, very happy, that the President of the Federal Republic has given us the honor. You have done many things, very many things, that is so dear for our hearts. Number one, you have promoted our traditional institution. Those who are third class are now second class. Those who are second class are now first class. And you have openly and publicly identified with us the original inhabitants of the FCT. And you have spoken in the interest of justice, equity, and fairness.
You are watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, Austin Star Times TV channel 127, and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Still to come. Defense Headquarters dismisses claim of terrorist presence in Abuja, assures tight security. Stay with us for details of these and more stories shortly.
Some things don't arrive. They've always been. Not for a day, for all of time. Until quietly something shifts. Moving from someday to now. Women are not honored in time. They are woven through it, shaping every story, every voice, every breath. We are because she is, and because tomorrow they will be.
Many thanks for staying with us. The federal government has stepped up efforts to combat fake news and disinformation with the launch of the International Media and Information Literacy Institute. The initiative aimed at positioning Nigeria at the center of global effort to promote responsible information use in an increasingly digital world. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said the move reflects a deliberate strategy to equip citizens with the skills needed to navigate a complex and fast-evolving information ecosystem. He spoke yesterday at the close of the second day of the Institute's launch in Abuja. Idris, who was represented at the launch by the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Press Council, Dr. Dili Ezoga, described the unveiling of Imili as more than a ceremonial event. And now the federal government has intensified efforts to address Nigeria's out-of-school children crisis through data-driven reforms, collaboration, and targeted investment. This was highlighted at the 2026 Basic Education Boot Camp in Jos, where stakeholders met to develop solutions to improve access, retention, and learning outcomes. Oluchi Jacinta Okori reports.
Minister of Education Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa stressed that credible data and accurate learner tracking are key to tackling the estimated millions of out-of-school children. He noted that identifying affected children and the reasons they are out of school is critical to implementing effective interventions. According to him, government is expanding the National Education Management Information System and rolling out the Learner Identification Number to track learners nationwide. About 1 million out-of-school children have been mapped for reintegration into formal and alternative learning systems. Significant investment have also been made in teacher training, classroom renovation, and provision of learning materials to improve education delivery. Stakeholders at the boot camp reaffirmed that sustained funding, reliable data, and national collaboration are essential to achieving inclusive and quality education for all Nigerian children. Oluchi Jacinta Okori, ASO Television News.
Construction sector operators across Nigeria are being urged to work with environmental regulators to raise compliance standards. The National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency issued the appeal in Abuja after sealing 30 construction sites in the Federal Capital Territory for breaching environmental regulations. NESRA Director General Professor Innocent Bariko says operators were flagged for offenses ranging from improper waste disposal and uncontrolled dust emissions to building on floodplains and poor site drainage, all considered serious threat to public health. He expressed frustration at what he called a pattern of deliberate non-compliance, warning that none of the sealed sites will reopen until regulatory conditions are fully met. NESRA says the enforcement exercise is part of a sustained nationwide campaign and will not stop. Sites across Wuye, Katampe, Jabi, Asokoro, Jahi and Airport Road were affected, with firms including Prime Gate Realty, Michelle Construction, Urban Shelter, and Kilumat Limited among those shut down. The Defense Headquarters has dismissed reports of terrorist presence in Abuja, showing that the military will continue to take all necessary measures to keep the nation's capital secure. The Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Noja, on Thursday, while updating on the military operations for the month of April, also announced major operational gains across all theatres, neutralizing 201 terrorists, arresting 284 suspects, and rescuing 188 abducted civilians, including women and children, during coordinated land and air offensives nationwide. While also recovering a large cache of arms and ammunition, Major General Noja debunking claims of terrorist presence in Abuja showed that armed forces security formations have been placed on alert and tasked with ensuring that there are no threats to the security of Abuja.
Terrorists in Jikwe, categorically, I don't think so. I don't think so. There is no verifiable report to confirm the presence of terrorists. But if you say criminals, we can accept that. The incident involving the NYC copper occurred in Dede. We say we're pursuing armed robbers. The family say he's not an armed robber. That alone tells you that we are doing everything possible to make sure that no criminality is tolerated in the FCT. All the security agencies are on high alert because for whatever we do, the FCT must be highly
Director of Defense Media Operations also expressed confidence in the ongoing military support from the United States, describing it as a significant boost to Nigeria's effort to address its security challenges.
So we are very satisfied with the U.S. and all the support that they have provided. And going forward, I'm sure we are going to continue to receive additional, which will continue to help us. You agreed that their support, that we have done a lot. Somebody agreed here that we've done a lot. I think Frederick, he said that things are improving. You know, so it's a war that we are in. It's warfare. Let us look at the positives, what we are gaining. Definitely there will be losses.
Major General Noja provided a breakdown of the military's operational achievements across the country, noting that in the northeast, troops killed 136 terrorists, arrested 144 suspects, rescued 18 victims, while 9 terrorists surrendered. And in the northwest, troops neutralized 24 terrorists, arrested 32 suspects, rescued 70 victims, and recorded the surrender of 1 terrorist. In the north central, troops under Operation Savannah Shield killed 21 terrorists, arrested 17, and rescued 10 kidnapped victims. The federal government has reached a historic agreement with Courtney Aviation Services Limited, ending a decade-long dispute over the Murtala Muhammad Airport Terminal 2, also known as MM2. The breakthrough brokered by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, received approval from the Federal Executive Council in Abuja. Under the agreement, Courtney will fulfill a 132 billion naira Supreme Court judgment debt and give up its exclusivity rights on the MM2 concession. The company has also returned Terminal 1 of the MM1 to the federal government. In exchange, the government has restored Courtney's right to complete and operate its long-delayed hotel and conference center project under a revenue-sharing arrangement. As part of the new deal, regional flight operators are expected to be moved to MM2 with plans to expand infrastructure to handle increased traffic and boost government revenue. The minister commended stakeholders, including the Courtney chairman, Wale Baba Lakin, for prioritizing national interest and dialogue. The federal government has approved the establishment of a Nigerian aircraft leasing company in a move aimed at transforming the country's aviation industry. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, announced the decision following a Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja. The initiative will create a private sector-led special purpose vehicle backed by government to provide Nigerian and regional airlines with easier access to aircraft. According to the minister, the new leasing company will simplify aircraft acquisition by offering a centralized, government-supported platform, reducing the challenges airlines face in securing financing. He described the development as a game changer that will improve fleet availability, reduce flight disruptions, and strengthen the competitiveness of Nigerian carriers. Under the model, the federal government, through Ministry of Finance Incorporated, will hold equity and provide guarantees while operating a zero-cost revenue structure. And on business, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, through its Banking, Insurance and Finance Trade Group in collaboration with the Women in Business Trade Group, has unveiled plans to hosting a high-level stakeholders roundtable on mobilizing non-interest funding for women-owned businesses. The chamber, in a statement to newsmen signed by its assistant media officer, Amina Samuel, disclosed that the roundtable aims to addressing persistent challenges faced by women entrepreneurs in accessing traditional financing, including high interest rates, stringent collateral requirements, and limited credit history. It added that it will also explore non-interest financing as a viable and inclusive alternative leveraging ethical, asset-backed, and risk-sharing financial models such as Murabashah, Modaraba, Ijara, and Sukuk. Speaking ahead of the event, the president of ACCI and chief host emphasized the Chamber's sustained commitment to women's economic empowerment and inclusive growth, highlighting that the ACCI is consistently prioritizing initiatives that promote women's inclusion in business and economic development. While recognizing the women-owned enterprises are not only vital contributors to job creation and innovation, but also key drivers of sustainable growth, the ACCI chief further noted that the roundtable is part of a broader strategic effort by the Chamber to close the financing gap for women entrepreneurs. In her remarks, chairperson of the Women in Business Trade Group and co-convener, Mrs. Choma Njoku, emphasized that this initiative ensures that the voices and realities of women entrepreneurs are at the center of financial solutions, equipping the women with the tools and networks they need to access funding. According to the statement, the roundtable, which is scheduled to hold on the 8th of May 2026 at the center in Abuja, will be hosted by the president of ACCI, Chief Emeka Abegulu-San, as chief host, with the vice president, Women Development and Gender Matters, Engineer Lawumi Ismail, serving as co-host. Development Bank of Nigeria says it records a milestone of 1.4 trillion naira in loan disbursement to micro, small and medium enterprises, while creating a total of 1.6 million jobs since establishment in 2015. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the DBN, Mr. Tony Okpanachi, announced these while presenting the bank's 2025 financial statement at its 9th annual general meeting in Abuja. The DBN boss presented the stakeholders' request for approval in respect of the 2025 financial year's dividend per share of lengthy 5 naira, resulting in a total dividend payout of 8.5 billion naira. Dr. Okpanachi explained that beyond financials, the bank in 2025 trained over 48,000 MSMEs under its capacity building program. Speaking on the bank's outlook for 2026, he expressed optimism considering the uncertainties that the recent geopolitical upheavals have brought to the fore. The bank will still end up making its mark in the market while expecting larger participation of MSMEs. And that's the bulletin. I am Tina Ojeachu. Many thanks for watching.